You are sleeping with the enemy. You are hiring the traitor. You are confiding in the spy and you don't even know it. Most people believe that time reveals character. They think if you know someone for 10 years, you know their soul. That is a lie. Time does not reveal character. Time allows people to perfect their mask. A highly manipulative person can hold a pose for a lifetime if the lighting is right. Robert Greene, the man who spent decades studying power, manipulation, and human nature, understood this truth better than most. He knew that character is not revealed in the long sunny days of peace. Character is revealed in the blink of an eye, in the fracture, in the thin slices of behavior that happen when the mask slips for a fraction of a second. You have been looking at the painting. I am going to teach you how to look at the cracks in the canvas. There are 3 specific moments, 3 psychological tripwires that instantly force a human being to show you exactly who they are. Most people miss these moments because they are too busy listening to words. But if you watch, if you know where to look, you will see the hidden nature before it turns against you. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. We live in a theater. Every morning you wake up, you put on your costume, you rehearse your lines, and you walk out into the world. Your boss does it. Your partner does it. Your best friend does it. We are all performing the version of ourselves that we want the world to buy. This is not necessarily evil. It is social survival. If we all told the truth about what we were thinking, society would collapse by noon. But there are some actors who are not playing a role for survival. They are playing a role for exploitation. They are the narcissists. The covert manipulators who view you not as a person but as a resource, a source of fuel. They are charming. They are often the most charismatic people in the room. They mirror your values. They laugh at your jokes. They make you feel seen. But it is a simulation. Robert Greene wrote in The 48 Laws of Power that appearances often hide intentions and that the most risky people are those who master the art of concealment. Why? Because the manipulator controls the interaction. They control the lighting. To see the truth, you must change the lighting. You must introduce a variable that they did not rehearse for. You must apply pressure, not big pressure, not a crisis. A crisis is too obvious. In a crisis, even the coward can act brave for a minute. No, you need the thin slice. Psychologist Nalini Ambady at Harvard conducted groundbreaking research on what she called thin slices of behavior. She found that humans can accurately judge a person's character within less than 5 minutes of observation, often more accurately than after months of acquaintance. Why? Because intuition catches the micro-leakage that the logical brain misses. Today we are going to sharpen that intuition into a tool. We are going to explore 3 specific thin slice scenarios. These are not generic trust your gut suggestions. These are stress tests. If you apply these, the mask will fall and you will be left with the cold, clear reality of the person standing in front of you. Be warned, you might not like what you see. You might realize that the person sleeping next to you has been a stranger for years. Are you ready to look? The first revelation, the micro-denial, the boundary test. Let's begin with the most subtle yet the most revealing indicator. How does a person react when you tell them no to something that doesn't matter? I call this the micro-denial. Here is the psychology. A manipulator, a narcissist, or a person with a dark personality profile views other people as extensions of themselves. They do not see you as a separate entity with your own autonomy. They see you as an arm or a leg. When you move your arm, it moves. You don't ask it, you command it. When they ask you for a small favor, can you grab me a coffee? Can we change the restaurant? Can I borrow your charger? They are not really asking. In their mind, they are expecting compliance. So what happens when that expectation is interrupted? What happens when you say, no, I can't do that right now? For a healthy person, a small no is nothing. It is data. Okay, no problem. They move on. Their ego remains intact. But for a person with a deeply entitled mindset, a small no feels like a challenge. It feels like resistance. They struggle to process it. Watch the face. Robert Greene has repeatedly emphasized that people reveal themselves most clearly when reality refuses to cooperate with their expectations. The moment you create resistance, you create revelation. That is when the mask begins to crack. When you deliver the micro-denial, you will often see the slip. It happens fast. It lasts maybe half a second. Their smile freezes. The warmth leaves their eyes. A flash of cold irritation passes across their face before the social mask returns. Paul Ekman, the researcher who mapped human facial expressions, called these involuntary reactions microexpressions. The emotional brain reacts before the conscious mind can regain control. They may recover quickly. They may say, "Oh, sure, totally fine," but you saw it. You saw the glitch. Why is this such a powerful sign? Because if someone becomes offended by a small boundary, imagine how they will react to a major one. If they cannot handle you refusing a trivial request, how will they handle you refusing a business deal, rejecting a proposal, ending a relationship, or protecting your interests? The micro-denial reveals the entitlement of the soul. It exposes whether their kindness is genuine or merely dependent on obedience. Test this carefully. Find someone who always seems charming, agreeable and supportive, yet something about them feels slightly off. Wait until they ask for a small favor, then politely decline. Do not create a dramatic excuse. Do not over-explain. Simply establish the boundary and observe. Confusion is normal. Mild disappointment is normal. But if you sense insult, resentment, or a sudden emotional chill, you have learned something valuable. Robert Greene often teaches that power begins with observation. In that moment, you are observing reality rather than performance. You are seeing the difference between respect and control. A person who cannot respect a small boundary will eventually ignore a larger one. They are not testing your willingness to help. They are testing your willingness to submit. The moment you stop submitting, the relationship changes in their mind. But the reaction to no only reveals one layer of character. It exposes the need for control. It tells you how they respond when reality refuses to obey them. What it does not reveal is something even more important. It does not reveal how they respond to your success. And that is where the second revelation begins. The second revelation, the silent funeral, the envy audit. Robert Greene, the modern Machiavelli, wrote, "Envy is a weed that should not be watered, but I tell you, you must water it. You must water it just enough to see where the roots are growing." The second thing that instantly reveals character is the silent funeral. This is how a person reacts to your good news. We are taught that friends cry with us when we are in pain. That is true, but empathy for suffering is easy. It costs nothing. In fact, seeing you suffer can make a toxic person feel better about themselves. It triggers their savior complex or their schadenfreude. It is easy to hug a crying man. It makes you feel strong. But to celebrate a winning man, to cheer for a friend who has just surpassed you, that requires a nobility of spirit that is incredibly rare. Robert Greene has often pointed out that human beings are deeply competitive. Beneath the surface, in the hidden game of status and ego, your win can feel like another person's loss. Here is the test. The good news drop. You have just achieved something. A raise, a new relationship, a physical transformation, a small victory. Share it with them. But do not be humble. Do not self-deprecate. Share it with joy. I finally got that deal. I'm so happy. Now freeze time. Do not listen to their words. Words are cheap. Oh my God, congratulations. That's amazing. Ignore the audio. Watch the video. Look at the thin slices. Does the smile reach their eyes, or is the mouth smiling while the eyes remain dead? Is there a micro delay? A split second of hesitation before they perform the celebration? Do they immediately pivot the conversation back to themselves? That's great. It reminds me of when or worse, do they offer the poisoned compliment? Wow, you got the job. I'm surprised they hired someone with your experience. You got lucky. You look great. You almost look like your old self. This is the silent funeral. They are mourning their own status. Your success has held up a mirror to their stagnation, and they resent you for it. Why is this so revealing? Because a person who cannot celebrate your success is a saboteur in waiting. They are the smiling saboteur we spoke of before. They are hoping for your downfall. When you are winning, they are quietly resisting. When you stumble, they will be the first to offer a hand. Not always to pull you up, but sometimes to keep you exactly where you are. Robert Greene warned repeatedly about hidden envy. The person who applauds you in public while resenting you in private is often more concerning than an open enemy. But an even louder warning sign is the person who goes emotionally quiet when you win. The silence of a friend during your victory is one of the loudest warning shots you will ever hear. It means they were never fully invested in your success. They were invested in comparison. They were measuring themselves against you, and you were too blind to see the scoreboard. If you see the silent funeral, do not confront them. Do not call them out. Use the law of concealment. Stop sharing your wins. Go dark, become gray. Feed them the struggle they seem to expect. Tell them things are difficult. Tell them you are facing challenges. Watch how they light up. Watch how their energy returns. They become animated, helpful, interested. Suddenly they love talking to you again, because the hierarchy in their mind has been restored. This confirms the diagnosis. They are feeding on comparison, and you must create distance before they slowly drain your momentum. But envy and control are internal states. They are things that happen inside the mind of the other person. The third revelation is different. The third revelation is about what happens when the chains come off. What happens when a person thinks there are no consequences? What happens when they think they can do whatever they want? This is the ultimate test. The third revelation, the impunity factor, the waiter rule 2.0. There is a famous concept called the waiter rule. It suggests that you can judge a person's character by how they treat service staff. If they are nice to you but rude to the waiter, they are not a nice person. This is true, but it is basic. It is character assessment 101. We are going to take this to the graduate level. We are going into the Robert Greene deep end. The true test is not just how they treat a waiter. It is how they treat anyone over whom they have absolute, unchecked power in a moment of stress. I call this the impunity factor. Abraham Lincoln famously said, "Nearly all men can stand adversity." But if you want to test a man's character, give him power. You don't need to make them a president to test this. You just need to watch them in a moment where they hold the upper hand. Watch them when they are the customer and there is a mistake. Watch them when they are the boss and a deadline is missed. Watch them when they are driving a car and a pedestrian walks too slowly. In that moment, they have power. They are in the metal box. The pedestrian is flesh. They have immunity. They are anonymous. They will be gone in seconds. What do? Do they yield or do they accelerate? Do they explode inside the safety of their glass cage? This reveals the shadow self. The shadow self is who the person would be if laws and social norms did not exist. Robert Greene has written extensively about the hidden side of human nature. He understood that people often behave well because consequences exist. Remove the consequences, and the real personality begins to emerge. When they can be cruel without consequence, their true nature is revealed. Look for the power trip. You are looking for the person who enjoys the discomfort of the subordinate. It's the subtle smirk when they correct someone's grammar in public. It's the extra 5 minutes they make someone wait just because they can. It's the way they withhold information to make someone else struggle. This is not about being rude. This is about unnecessary harshness. Harshness is not limited to extreme people. It exists on a spectrum. Every time a person uses their small amount of power to make another person feel small, they are revealing that their core character is predatory. They are showing you that the only reason they haven't directed that behavior toward you yet is because they don't have power over you yet. You are currently an equal, or maybe you are a superior, so they treat you with respect. But the moment the dynamic shifts, the moment you need them, the moment you become vulnerable, they will treat you exactly like they treated that waiter, exactly like they treated that pedestrian. Because character does not change based on who is standing in front of it. Character is the operating system. If the operating system is programmed to dominate the weak, it will affect you the moment you show weakness. Do not be fooled by how they treat the kings. Watch how they treat the pawns, because to the narcissist, everyone eventually becomes a pawn. Even you. Stop listening to the words. The micro-denial, the silent funeral, the impunity factor. These are the 3 coordinates of the dark map. If you see one, be cautious. Everyone has a bad day. Everyone has a moment of weakness. If you see 2, be alert. You are dealing with a difficult personality. If you see 3, you are in the cage with a tiger. And just because it hasn't acted against you yet, doesn't mean it never will. It simply means the opportunity has not arrived. But sooner or later, opportunities always arrive. You have to realize that you cannot fix this. You cannot love the entitlement out of them. You cannot support the envy out of them. You cannot teach the cruelty out of them. These are not habits. These are patterns rooted deep within character. And as the fable of the scorpion and the frog teaches us, nature always wins. So what do? You do not make a scene. You do not accuse them. You become formless. You slowly withdraw your energy. You slowly withdraw your secrets. You slowly withdraw your access. You fade into the background. Let them find a new source of attention. Let them find a new person to control, to envy, and to influence. Do not let it be you. Because the price of keeping these people in your life is not just your peace. It is your future. They will consume your energy to feed their own dysfunction. Don't let them. Now pause. You have been nodding your head. You have been thinking of names. You have been cataloging the people in your life who fit these descriptions. Yes, my boss does that. Yes, my ex did that. Yes, my friend is exactly like that. It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to hold the magnifying glass and examine the flaws of the difficult people around you. It feels safe to be the observer. But I did not bring you here just to give you a tool to use against others. That would be too easy. And Robert Greene was never about easy. I brought you here to give you the ultimate tool, the one that cuts both ways. Because if you want to be truly untouchable, if you want to be an outlier, you must do the one thing that 99% of people are too afraid to do. You must turn the magnifying glass around. You must look at yourself. Because the uncomfortable truth, the one that might make you click off this video right now, is that you have done these things. Maybe not all of them, maybe not often, but be honest. Have you ever felt a flash of anger when someone told you no? Have you ever felt a pang of frustration when a friend succeeded where you failed? Have you ever taken your stress out on someone who couldn't push back? If you say never, you are lying to yourself. And self-deception is one of the most dangerous weaknesses of all. We all have a shadow. The difference is that the outlier owns the shadow while the average person is controlled by it. To truly master the art of character, you must audit your own soul with the same ruthlessness that you audit others. This is not about guilt. Guilt is a useless emotion. It is wasted energy. This is about calibration. If you want to surround yourself with high-value, loyal, powerful people, you cannot carry hidden toxicity inside yourself. Real recognizes real, and people can sense what you refuse to confront. So let's go deeper. Let's go into the basement of your own psychology. We are going to perform an exorcism of weakness because the only way to be safe from the monsters is to recognize the monster in the mirror and put a leash on it. Robert Greene wrote, "A wise person should rely on what is in their own control, not on what is in the control of others. Your character is the only thing you control. So how do you fix the glitches? How do you ensure that you are not the one failing the test? Let's go back to the 3 revelations and flip them. 1. Mastering the no, the sovereign mindset. When someone tells you no, watch your reaction. If you feel anger, catch it. That anger is your ego screaming, "I am not important." It is a child's tantrum. To be a high-value man, you must reach a state of internal abundance where a no from the world means nothing. No is just redirection. No is protection. When you accept a denial with total grace, with a genuine smile, you confuse people. They expect you to push. They expect you to beg. They expect you to get angry. When you say, "I understand completely, no worries," and you mean it, you signal power. You signal that you have options. You signal that you are not desperate. Desperation smells like rot. Detachment smells like power. Practice this. The next time you are rejected by a girl, by a client, by a friend, force your body to relax. Force your face to remain open. Calm the tyrant within. Become the king on the throne. The king does not beg. 2. Mastering the envy, the alchemist mindset. Envy is energy. It is just energy moving in the wrong direction. When you feel envy, it is because you believe that the supply of success is limited. You believe that if they eat, you starve. This is the scarcity mindset. It is the mindset of the peasant. The abundance mindset realizes that another person's success is proof that it is possible. If they can do it, the physics of the universe allow it. When you feel that pang of jealousy, transform it. Turn it into fuel. Do not fake the celebration. Use the celebration. Get close to the winner. Study them. Learn from them. If you resent them, you push their knowledge away. If you applaud them, you open the door to learn from them. Robert Greene knew that you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But the outlier knows you make the winners your friends, so you can become one of them. Do not be the smiling saboteur. Be the strategic ally. It pays better. 3. Mastering the power, the stoic leader. And finally, the impunity factor. When you have power, be merciful. Not because you are nice, but because you are disciplined. Cruelty is a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you need to make others feel small in order to feel big. The man who is truly big, the man who is truly formidable, does not need to remind the waiter who is in charge. He knows, the waiter knows, the room knows. When you treat the lowest person in the room with the same respect as the highest person, you are not being a saint. You are being a strategist. You are building a reputation that you are unshakable. You are showing that your character is constant, not variable. People trust constants. They fear variables. Be the constant. When you have the ring of gauges, when you can get away with it, choose honor, not for them, for you, because every time you choose the low road, you degrade your own self-image. You tell your subconscious, "I am a low-value person," and your subconscious will believe you and it will sabotage you. Be noble in the dark. That is how you shine in the light. So where does this leave us? It leaves us with X-ray vision. You now have the tools to scan the room. You can see the micro-denial. You can see the silent funeral. You can see the impunity factor. You are no longer walking blind through a forest of predators. You have a map. But with this vision comes a responsibility, the responsibility of selection. You are the curator of your own life. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Robert Greene has echoed this same principle throughout his work. Look around you. Are you surrounded by tyrants, saboteurs, and people who constantly drain your energy? If you are, that is not their fault. That is your fault. You let them in. You kept them there. You ignored the signs. Today, the ignorance ends. Today, you start the purge. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't have to burn bridges. Just start closing the gates. Stop feeding the energy vampires. Stop confiding in the envious. Stop trusting the cruel. And in the empty space that they leave behind, invite the rare ones. The ones who respect your no. The ones who cheer for your wins. The ones who are kind when they don't have to be. They exist. They are rare like diamonds, but you will never find them if your hands are full of coal. Drop the coal. Walk away from the heat of the drama and step into the cold clarity of the truth. It is lonely at first. The outlier path is always lonely. The sheep are in the herd. The wolf is on the hill. But the view from the hill is better, and the air is cleaner, and you are free. But be careful, because as you begin to see these traits in others and as you begin to remove them from yourself, you will change. You will become quieter. You will become sharper. You will become harder to manipulate. And people will notice. The manipulators will sense that their old tricks don't work on you anymore. The buttons they used to push are disconnected, and they will get frustrated. They will call you cold. They will call you changed. They will try to pressure you back into submission. This is the final test. When the world tries to pull you back into the mud, will you slide or will you stand? There is a specific technique, a Robert Greene style countermove to deal with the backlash of your own evolution. It is called the grey rock method, but applied with military precision. But that is a tool for another time. For now, watch the eyes. Watch the reaction. Watch the power. The truth is right in front of you. Open your eyes. Subscribe if you are ready to wake up. Join if you are ready to lead. See you in the shadows.